Hi everyone, this is Gabriella from Berardi Immigration Law. Today we are going to discuss admissibility. Now, what is admissibility? Well, in the context of somebody having a criminal background or some kind of altercation with the law, sometimes it impacts one's ability to lawfully enter the United States. Oftentimes we have business people who have to come in the United States in L-1 status. This happened to me a few times in the last week, actually. And the individual comes and says, this thing happened when I was in university, or, something happened many years ago, but, I was acquitted, or I only had probation. Am I able to get this L-1 status? So as your lawyer, it's my job to do an analysis of what actually took place and whether it does impact your ability to enter the United States. But let me just tell you a few pieces of information that might give you a little bit more confidence that you may be admissible. First of all, if you have some kind of criminal record in the past, but you have been granted a Nexus Card, what does that say? Well, that says you most likely are going to be deemed admissible to the United States upon your application for L-1 or TN status, because the Trusted Traveler Program has already said, yep, you're a trustworthy person. And if you have an arrest or some kind of criminal record in the past, most of the time, they're not going to issue that Nexus Card. Another way that you can know is, well, I've entered the United States several times and I've never had an issue. That's a good indicator that things are going to go well. Not a guarantee, but it's a good indicator. So what I do as an attorney is I go through a few tests of performing legal analysis to understand if you are admissible. And the most predominant test that we use is called the analysis of the petty offense exception. Now, the petty offense exception is an opportunity for somebody to enter the United States lawfully, even though they have a criminal record, so long as they follow, they meet all three of these prongs in this test. First, you've only ever committed one crime involving moral turpitude. Now, as your attorney, I will assess with you whether the altercation that you had in the past falls under the realm of being a crime involving moral turpitude. So only one ever. The next is, if you were found guilty, then does that crime carry the maximum possible sentence of 1 year or less? And finally, if you were subject to any jail time, was it less than 6 months? If you answered yes to all three of those, then you should be able to come in the United States and be deemed admissible. But every circumstance is different. So it's really important that you connect with our firm if you believe that you need to apply for L-1 or TN status, but you do have this past you're a little bit anxious about. We can definitely help you and make sure that when you go to the border, you feel calm, comfortable, and prepared. And our attorneys will make sure that you have the paperwork necessary in order to have the strongest showing. Give us a call today.